I just woke up from a nap, so I feel really good and energized. You got to get your sleep. You got to get your rest. Um, Cause I'll be just working hours and hours of working, and I don't. For a while, I didn't give myself enough time to sleep because I was just so focused on the work and the money, and I started feeling the effects of that shit. But that's not what I want to talk about in this video. I came up with the idea. I want to talk about something. I want to talk. The last video I was talking about diversifying and finding other hustles so that you can sustain a lifestyle and invest in your career, your creative career, whether you're an artist, you paint, whether you're a fashion designer, and you have to buy clothes and material to put to sewing machines and shit. You know, a rapper, a singer, a songwriter, producer. How are you gonna buy the computers and the good equipment, the good the Pro Tools and all of this stuff? How are you gonna buy all this software and a good microphone? Where's this money gonna come from? Who's gonna pay for this? And trying to if you're creative, trying to set yourself up with other businesses that will fund your creative career. That's the goal. That was the goal of the last video. I was talking about diversity. In this video, I want to talk about why most rappers, singers, athletes go broke. And I'm not gonna pocket watch. I'm not gonna talk about anybody specific. I'm gonna talk about myself. And I'm gonna talk about my spending and my life, the lifestyle that I got accustomed to, and the amounts of money that I was blowing when I had a year where $1 million, was present within my business and my crew, and the things that happened on that year. Probably one of the most successful years. I haven't been fortunate enough to make hundreds of millions of dollars yet, but I've been around some millions, and I'll tell you about my story. And I want to tell you why I think most rappers and people in the entertainment business go broke. The main reason I think they go broke is because of lifestyle. Message. And you don't really know what lifestyle is if you are just like eating McDonald's every day. You just get, 9 to 5 working at some bullshit job. You don't really know what a lifestyle is. You get accustomed to certain lifestyles and shit. Like, I remember right before I had one of my best years with the music business, and I plan on having more, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be fucking old cheap reminiscing on the good old times, in the glory days, because I'm still doing great right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything is actually going, it's moving better than it was back then as far as business. I'm a lot more organized now. And a lot of times you have to make certain financial mistakes to even learn. You know what I mean? You got to touch it. You got to first, sometimes you got to just fucking touch a mill before you know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And, I would hope you would do the right thing with it the first time. And that's why I'm trying to make these videos. But lifestyle, the first thing that happened, you obviously need somewhere to live. Obviously. So, if you say I was actually living rent-free. When I had my biggest year, I was living rent-free in my grandmother's house. She passed away and she left the house. So I was actually living in that house. I didn't have to pay no rent. I mean, I'd tell my mother I'd give her money because, she had to pay the taxes on the house. But I didn't have to, it's my mother. I was getting over on her, actually. I was getting over on my mother because she had this house that she could have been renting, but I was just living in it, doing my thing. And of course, when I came across some money, I'd give her what I could. But, I was actually living in a rent-free situation, which is really ideal. And I came, came across a whole bunch of money. Music is taking off. Obviously, you don't want to be living in the hood. You know what I mean? It wasn't like this house was somewhere nice. So obviously, I got my money. I don't want to be in the hood. I'm going out to Atlanta. I was living in Akron, Ohio at the time. So obviously, you don't want to. That was the hood. There was a lot of grimy shit going on in that city around that time. You know what I mean? And I was hot. I was driving around in a fucking BMW at the time. I always had a nice car, so I was hot. You know, streets was definitely watching. So I went out to Atlanta, and I'm getting along. I'm getting off the subject. I'm getting way off the subject. I got this expensive ass fucking apartment, and that's what the fuck I did. That's how I started living. I started living a $5,500 a month lifestyle.
Oh, nah, son. Hold on, a helicopter really lands up here?
I got a fucking apartment that was 5,100. It was $55,070 a month, and I looked at it as a business move. A business move. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself, that this was a business move. You know, it was in a nice building, and it was a furnished apartment. I went out to LA. I went to a fucking Christmas party, and I never came back. Everybody wondered, what happened to Press? I went to a fucking Christmas party in LA. I started getting money. I went to a fucking Christmas party in LA, and I never fucking came back. And I lived in a fucking furnished apartment, fucking paying, I'm paying fucking $5,100 a month for a fucking 1-bedroom furnished. You know, living, chilling. I'm in LA, but I figured it was a business expense because, I was building this website, and I figured that, I needed a good place to attract people and do interviews and do shit like that. So I got this big ass apartment. I was planning on writing off as a business expense. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the first things I did, was get this expensive ass apartment. And that's usually what we want to do. We want to start. We got money now. So our cost of living goes up, and then our whole lifestyle starts changing. So now you live across from Whole Foods now. So now you're shopping at Whole Foods every month. So your fucking grocery bill is like, if it was $1,000 before, now it's $2,000. So now we up to fucking $7,100 a month. And then I'm out there. I'm not, obviously, I had a Range Rover in Atlanta sitting in the garage. But now it was a fucking 2000. It wasn't the new one. So I wanted to get, the new Range Rover Sport came out. So I wanted to have the new one. So I rent a car. I go rent a car. Why not? Fuck it. Get me an Audi. Go get me an Audi. So now I'm paying fucking, I don't know, $1,500 a month for an Audi. So what's that? 75, 85, 8,600 a month. We smoke weed. So boom, that's another $1,000 a month at least. 12, 15, 10. We talking about $10,000 a month lifestyle. And if you're only and everybody always talks about making six figures. Oh, I make six figures a year. I make six figures a year. But if you're making six figures a year, I'm talking about at least a $10,000 a month lifestyle. And I'm being modest. I'm not talking about all the time we go to the club, we go eat out at Katanas, we drinking at the club heavy. I'm talking about a $15,000, $20,000 a month lifestyle. And I don't care how much money you got. You running through 10, 20, 30,000 a month. Just in fucking around, living, apartment, you're gonna go broke. You're gonna go broke. You know what I'm saying? And you get accustomed to this type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers, they move out to LA. What you don't realize is, like, people in LA, they playing hardball. It ain't no dudes out there with just a million. It's people out there with multi-millions of dollars. And how they acquire this wealth, it goes back to the last video I was talking about, diversity. Like, $1 million ain't enough no more. $1 million ain't enough no more. I tell you, make a few million, it's not enough, man. It's about longevity. It's about 50, 100, 200 million, billion. You know what I mean? It's like $1 million ain't shit. You know what I mean? That's why I see all these guys, they be on Instagram flashing money, and y'all look like fucking clowns to me, because, like, I've seen real money in my life, and I continue to make money, and it's like, it ain't about all that shit, man. It ain't all about all that. The best thing I could have did was stayed at my fucking grandmother's house and stack all that paper. But it's hard to do. It takes discipline. And then also the streets is watching. Like, who wants to live in a fucking hood? The building I was living in was secure. I had front desks. You had to have a key, a digital key, whatever, to get up in the elevator. So, you know what I mean? You pay for those type of luxuries, but then it goes back to you get accustomed to those type of luxuries. So now, you living in a $5,000, $10,000 a month apartment, $20,000 a month apartment. You get accustomed to that. So now people start seeing you, that's how you living. And what the fuck? Now you go back to a fucking, a bullshit ass $1,500, $2,000 a month apartment. And it goes back to lifestyle. You get accustomed to certain fucking lifestyle. And, some people's lifestyle is $100,000 a month. I know it sounds crazy. You're like, how the fuck you want to spend $100,000 a month? Yo, people spending $100,000 a month, business expenses, especially if you got an operation that's making, you might be in sports, NFL, whatever. You making 10, 20 million a year, so your expenses is more. You got a bigger entourage, but it's really lifestyle. It's lifestyle. And I could go on and on about that. You get accustomed to a certain lifestyle once you start making a certain amount of money. And even if you can't, even if you're not living that amount, even if you're not making that amount, you still try to appear as if, even if you can't afford it, you still try to appear as if you're living that type of lifestyle. And that's why people go broke. You know what I'm saying? And it just go back to you just trying to create this facade instead of really doing the right thing. How am I going to take this money and make this shit work for me? You know what I mean? You get caught up in the facade, people see you living a certain way, so now you want them to see you living like that every time they see you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people go broke. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to impress other people. And it's hard not to spend money when you got it. That shit is hard. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I find a way to spend $1 million a day. Like, if somebody said you got to spend $1 million a day, I will find a way to spend $1 million a day. That's a rhyme right there. I will find a way to spend $1 million a day. But yo, I'm telling you, man, this shit ain't easy. Like unless you got good people around you that giving you advice and telling you, yo, this is what you need to. Because if you don't got no guidance, if you don't have somebody on top of you that has money, and they're telling you exactly, like, literally, you need, like, when you just get money for the first time from just coming from the hood, and you just get money, you need a fucking babysitter. Lifestyle. You get used to this lifestyle. And it's addicting. The money, the cars. I know it sounds cliche. The money, the fast cars, that alcohol, the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I never got too caught up in the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go out, I have fun, I drank a little bit, but I never got too caught up in the drug lifestyle. But it's easy to get caught up in that because it seems like it's cool. And drugs is expensive. Drugs is very expensive. Like, if you get into drugs, that shit could be like 3, 4, 5, 10,000 a month. For real, especially if you doing, and then what happens is when you're doing drugs, other drug addicts want to be around you because you always doing drugs. So they want to come over your house, especially if you got a big ass house, a big ass apartment. People just want to come over. People just be hanging out. People will never fucking leave. They will never fucking leave. Like, you take somebody out to eat one night, and you just, you pay for their dinner. You go to some nice restaurant they never been to. They, you let them eat the chili and sea bass. You know what I'm saying? Like, they taste some shit they never tasted before. Now they don't want to fucking leave. They don't want to leave. They're around you every day. You gotta be avoiding motherfuckers. And I was getting money. I just got a phone call from my father, and I try to talk to him now. I listen to him a lot more now. He's not a fucking idiot when it comes to his money. He was telling me to do shit with the money, how to move with it, but I could not hear him. I could not hear nothing he was saying. I'm running through swiping credit cards. Just really, you know what I'm saying? Just getting out of hand, moving ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens a lot of times. You get ahead of yourself, and you can't get ahead of yourself. You can't be spending more money than you're making, and that's what usually happens. You get caught up in this lifestyle, and like I said, you got these new friends. Like, if you got a new place and you living in a major city, people will just be popping up, and they be your friends. But, it'd be like, who the fuck is this person? Like, they want to hang out with you because you took them to Benihana's the night before. And, oh, yeah, I want to see what he's doing tomorrow morning. I want to go, they knocking at your door. You start spending money around people, they're your fucking friends. And they cost, these fake friends, they cost money. Don't have no girlfriend. Don't have no fine-ass girlfriend. She gonna cost you a few thousand, too. You know what I'm saying? She gonna cost you at least $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? We talking $20,000, $30,000 a month. Easy. 40,000, 50,000 if you got it. If you like to shop at these nice stores, you want to be in Balmain and all that, I buy you when I ride Balmain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna cost you another few thousand a month. Dressing nice, having clothes. You know what I'm saying? And you could just be doing shopping all day and bullshitting with people all. You hear that? You could be shopping with people all fucking day and bullshit with people all day, eating good all day, and not really generating no money. The easiest thing to do is just be blowing money every day and just be out, go to a nice restaurant, hit the mall, go buy something. You know, that's a whole day. That takes energy to be a shopper and to be shopping and buying all day. That'll consume your whole day being with motherfuckers, someone call you, oh, pull up. They want you to pull up because you got the nice car. You know what I mean? This is why you did it. Because now you that guy, you that girl, you that person, you that whoever, that man, woman. You the man now. You the woman, you that motherfucker now. So that's what you bought it for. Then you've reached your goals. You're finally that fucking guy. So now you want to show people you're that guy. So you want to take them out to eat, and if you got good taste, your taste starts going up because you start hanging out with other motherfuckers who got money. So they start introducing you to the goddamn yellowtail. And then, you know what I'm saying? Now you eating sushi and shit. Your dinners are more expensive. You used to just go to Chick-fil-A with your girl and y'all was happy. You know what I'm saying? Now you going to the finest, you know what I'm saying, sugarfish and all this extra fine fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting all that good goddamn seared, goddamn, you're not eating that imitation crab no more. You know what I'm saying? You eating the real shit. You know what I'm saying? So these bills, you drink, but you out drinking, you partying, you don't invite nobody. Don't invite no fucking body. To Katana. Don't invite 3-4 people, random motherfuckers that don't got no money with you. You coming, you about to pay $600, $800. And next thing you know, you done ran through $100,000 this month. You know what I'm saying? If you only got $1 million, you only gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it through the fucking year, dog. You know what I'm saying? And man, I'm telling you, it's easy to go broke. It's easy to go broke. Like, spending money ain't shit. Spending money, that shit is a sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting excited just thinking about spending some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be calm. Like, when that money come, you just gotta be cool. You gotta act like that shit ain't even there. Like, that money didn't even come. That's how you do it. You gotta still act broke. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta be in the hood blending it. Nah, you don't wanna be in the hood. You get you a little nice apartment. You live comfortable, but all that $10,000 a month apartment, $20,000, it's just not practical. You know what I'm saying? It's not practical. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm into the real estate business, I'm realizing, the amount I was paying, $5,000 a month, I could have had a big ass fucking 10,000 square foot mansion. I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment because it was cool. It was easy I had it. You know what I mean? Nobody was telling me, do you hear that outside? Well, I'm not in the 5,000 month place. So you hear ratchet shit going on outside. But I mean, that shit is any building you live in, anywhere you live, it's gonna be ratchet ass neighbors and shit. I hear some people outside acting a fucking fool. But hey, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, because you know what I'm saying? I got my extra. I'm not paying what I was paying before. You know what I'm saying? I got my money and now I'm reinvesting my shit. Now my money is working for me. And that's what a lot of people don't do. It's just a non-stop party. Life can be a non-stop party. It's been moments of my life where it was just a blur. It was just like just a non-stop party. And some people are making money and they can sustain that. But I'm telling you, like, in the music and entertainment business, like, a lot of people don't make it. Like, that's why you hear about all these people, like, they were young stars and they get older, they're all fucked up on the drugs. The drugs is expensive. The friends are expensive. The lifestyle, what you eating every day, the cars. I drove every fucking car. I drove every car. That was my thing. I'm a car person. So I just wanted cars and shit. So I didn't drove everything. I didn't drove the Lambo, the Porsche, the Bentley, the Maserati, you name it. I drove all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I had that shit. I pulled up on the block. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And then it's crazy because you be in the nicest car. And it's crazy, when you're in the car driving it, it don't even seem like I'm driving a fucking Rolls Royce. It don't even seem like it's just a fucking car. It's just like, I swear, I know it probably looks dope from the outside, but when you're inside that shit and it's you, it's like, I don't know, that shit don't even fucking matter to me no more. Like, trust me, I love a nice car. I want all the nice Lamborghinis and all that, but that shit don't really matter. Like, after you get it, this shit is just like, it seems cheap. Like, I'm in a fucking Rolls Royce. Like, this shit looks cheap. It started looking cheap to me. Like, once you get something, it's some fuck shit. That's just how I am. Like, and it's like, if you have this type of personality, you never really settle. You never really settle. And once you get something, it's just like, I got it now. Fuck this cheap ass Rolls Royce. I swear to God, I'm driving a Rolls Royce, and I looked at it like, this looks like a piece of shit. You know, I swear to God. I swear I was in that Rolls Royce. Look at this cheap ass shit. I'm over here. It looked cheap. It looked like some fucking plastic. All this shit looked like, it didn't look no different than a fucking BMW, the way it was lined up. You know what I mean? And I, you know, it just didn't, you know, I think BMW owns Rolls Royce. And my key to my BMW looked the same as my key to the Rolls Royce key. And it was just like, this shit is stupid, man. This shit is all just to show off on people who don't have it. You know what I mean? And then and now you create envy, and now people want to fucking kill you for the bullshit that you got that's really not worth anything. All that shit all depreciates, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't know. I just have a different value now of money and shit like that. Like, I just value, I don't know. I think I value family, and I know I want to help people. Like, I don't know. I just know, I see how, like, I don't look down on people. When I hear about these sports guys, and they had 200 million, 300 million, and they say, oh, he squandered his money, or it's about Mike Tyson, one of my favorite boxers of all time, one of my favorite personalities, Mike Tyson. I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. Pause. But he, you know, they talk about how he blew up fucking 500 million, and I understand that shit because it just goes back to lifestyle. You start living $1 million a month lifestyle, you can run through 12 million in a year. 20. Some people living a 2-3 million a month lifestyle. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. I see how people can be broke, and I never look down on people that, you know, were once up at the top and now they're. I never look down on people because, I mean, you never know what people's situation was. Sometimes it be where people do be stealing from you. They got shady people around them, and I was fortunate. I was never the, you know, I never had to deal with none of that. Nobody was never like trying to steal from me and shit. But you know, it's all type of different situations. So, you know, you can't judge nobody. And I just say I get it. And going back to the last video I made about diversity, like, you got to diversify. You got to set up as many businesses as possible. You got to, you know, when you do have the best thing in the world is to have some money and to be able to sit back and think and think about the different options that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to sit down and think about your options before you just make these moves. And that's why it's good to have a mentor. It's really good to have somebody. A lot of people don't have a mentor. It's good to have somebody older than you with more experience that can point you in the right direction. Someone older than you that's not trying to get in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. So it's all type of shit going on, man. It's lifestyle. It's lifestyle. And that's how a rapper or a singer or a musician or an NFL major athlete, somebody in the NBA could go broke and blow a 500 million, $1 billion. It's lifestyle. Once you get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, you don't want to go back. And then when you're making less money, you're still trying to get back to that where you were. At least even appearance-wise, you're trying to get back to that. And then you'll go broke. You'll go broke. And, you know, it's fun. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. But, you know, I'm making better financial moves for myself. You know what I mean? And I think the main thing now for me is, like, it's not about having the nicest car or stunting on people so much and showing off people my success. It's not so much about that. It's really about me knowing, oh, I got this amount of money in the bank and my family is good. And if, you know, my daughter or my son or anybody needs something, they can get that, you know. And that's really what it's more about. You start, after you go, you know, sometimes you have to go through the fuck shit. You know, you have to blow the fucking $500 million to get the epiphany that, you know, it's not all about that. And I don't know, you be young and shit, and you just be having fun. You know, I don't judge nobody. You know, you be in your 20s just having fun. And everybody's story is different. Never compare your story to nobody else's. Everybody goes through shit on their own time. And, you know, like I said, I had to go through a lot of shit to talk like this. You know, I had to make millions of dollars to even be talking like this. You know, saying how I wasn't fortunate and I didn't make millions of dollars, then I couldn't tell you about this. But I've actually gone through this already, and I don't know. Maybe you can learn from this and not go through this and not, you know, like the amount of money. I just like to say the amount of money that I spent on rent. You know what I'm saying? I could have had so much land and property. I could have been flipping so many houses. You know what I'm saying? Like buying so much fucking property and rent, having tenants and all that shit. I know now, and that's what I'm doing now. But you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So that's my video. I think that's how a rapper or a singer or somebody who, you know, people, oh, you fell off, oh, why such and such working at Home Depot now? Because they fucked, you know, they blew the fucking money. I mean, it ain't nothing. This shit happens. It's the best of them. They act surprised when that guy from the Bill Cosby show was working at Trader Joe's. Like, fuck, that's what happens, man. After that shit was 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Oh, they think you on TV 30 years ago, you're gonna be rich for the rest of your life. Even if you're still getting a check off of that, you may just be getting $50,000 a year off that. That's not enough. That's not enough to take care of no family. Not with the lifestyle. To go back to lifestyle. Some people may be able to take care of their family for over $50,000 a month. I can't do it. I can't do it because it's shit that I like to eat. The things I like to do. You know what I'm saying? The car I like to drive, the gas I like to put in my vehicle. I can't do it off of $50,000. But it go back to lifestyle. If you live a $50,000 a year lifestyle, maybe you could do that. But you know, say if I was getting $50,000, you know, it's like you know, I don't want to talk about my money and shit, but I make enough. I make enough to just live where I don't have to work. I don't have to even go to a job. I make enough every year to. I don't have to like go to a job, but it's still not enough money to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to have more than enough because it's never fucking enough. It's never fucking enough. You know what I'm saying? And you just you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you're spending. It's easy to go to the Louis store and go fucking get carried away. Go Gucci. I done been about 10,000, 20,000 at the Gucci store. That shit is. I mean, you know, you do what you do with your money, whatever makes you happy. But yeah, I get it, man. I get how you could go broke and lose $500 million. I get it.